What does summer taste like? Whenever the air starts smelling slightly sunburned, I know summer is coming. And every year, I think about that taste of summer I can never go back to. There was a special place called the Old Couple. It is gone now, but this is what it tasted like. I come from a place where BBQ is in our DNA. Babies coming out holding skewers. And not just any BBQ. Northeastern Chinese BBQ. 东北烧烤. Back home, there is a saying. There is no problem a BBQ can't fix. If there is, just have BBQ twice. And I think that's because it was never really just about the food. As a true grill girl, I've tried all kinds of BBQ. American, Korean, Turkish, Polish, Brazilian. I put the real in grill. But there is just something about Northeastern BBQ that hits different. BBQ culture grew in Northeast China during the heavy industrial years. Cities like my hometown Shenyang was built around factories and steel plants. Winters back home were brutal. It goes to minus 30 degrees. And after the economic changes in the 90s, life became very hard for a lot of families. Getting BBQ skewers together became a social event for its affordable price and sharing quality. Northeastern BBQ was never about fancy cuts or expensive ingredients. We can make literally anything taste magical over the charcoal. You can find every possible body part of chicken, cow, or sheep on the menu. Top to bottom, inside out. For example, chicken carcasses. Here in Poland, it's mostly treated as a scrap for soup stock, but back home, this is gonna be a premium beer snack. And the signature dish from Shenyang. For Northeastern BBQ, the real secret is in the seasoning. We've got the wet and the dry. Every BBQ place probably have its secret recipe locked up somewhere in a tiny box that requires 2 keys to turn at the same time, like launching a nuclear missile. But I'm just trying my best since I live in a tiny apartment with electric oven. First, we marinate the meat. I've got pork belly, chicken wings, and chicken carcass here. Normally the star of the show would be lamb, but lamb here in Poland, it's so expensive. I need some time, okay? Fun fact, while researching menus from Northeastern BBQ restaurants, I actually realized I don't know half of the stuff on the menu, like what they are. That's because we give body parts nicknames. To be honest, I understand why. I still remember asking very loudly and very confusedly as a kid at dinner table, what is cow egg? Cows don't lay eggs. Yeah, they're testicles. And weirdly enough, the first time I ever tried cow eggs was here in Warsaw last year at the Brazilian BBQ stall. But today it's just normal boring meat. No eggs coming from any mammals. Ideally, they should marinate overnight, or at least for a few hours if you're impatient like me. Now for the dry seasoning. The key flavor is cumin, and with one surprise ingredient, cookies. Many traditional dry seasoning uses taosu. It is a crumbly Chinese cookie that uses loads of lard and sugar. I found these for replacement. The crumbs will soak in all the oil and aroma, adding a specific street food BBQ flavor. In come veggies. Thinly slice the potato. Wash them to remove excess starch. Chop our corns. Who needs knife when you got these metal hands? Eggplant and cabbage are getting special treatment. Because now enters the third pillar of Northeastern BBQ flavor, 蒜蓉, which basically means an illegal amount of garlic. Add in fresh chili, pour over hot oil, soy sauce, oyster sauce, and sugar. This sauce has its own family tree. Now that everything is ready, we skewer. There is absolutely no practical reason to do this at home, but I really want to recreate the full experience because nothing beats holding 30 sticks in your hand and eating with pure neck movement. I remember every BBQ place used to keep this huge bucket outside next to the grill. By the end of the night, there would be a mountain of used sticks stacked inside. That was basically our Michelin guide. Back then, you knew food was fire. If you see random people walking past a grill, they just stop on the sidewalk, ordering 20 sticks, eat it in the smoke, and casually throw their stick back into the bucket like contributing to a public art installation. Summer, in my memory, was always loud, breezy, and slightly chaotic. People sat outside on tiny plastic stools or chairs that never matched. Tables were slightly tilted or wobbly because the pavement was on a slope. The back of chairs crashing into each other, light bulbs hanging from tree branches. And above everything, there was always this huge charcoal cloud floating in the air. You could hear life, smell life, feel life. You could spot a BBQ place miles away. They're like signal fires. The boss always wore an open vest with a towel around his neck, standing in the middle of the smoke looking mildly angry. Tiny grill, 500 skewers piled up. His hands were flying, flipping meat, brushing oil, shaking seasoning everywhere. And because it was so loud, the only way to communicate was yelling.
20 lambs, no chili. 50 pork, extra spicy. 10 tenders, less cumin.
Then suddenly, a mountain of skewers will appear on a metal tray, carried by the lady boss, drifting among tables like car racing. Meanwhile, their 10-year-old son would be opening beers and sodas at superhuman speed. That family was a super team. They never got the orders wrong. Look at that crispy edge. The fat and skin is fully rendered and it's crackling. And the dry seasoning on top makes it a little bit sweet and nutty. Cumin is the perfect spice for meat. Honestly, the only thing missing is a hot charcoal smoke. Well, also the balls with open vest aggressively flipping it, but you can't have everything. So tender and juicy inside. My mom said I have a natural talent in eating chicken wings the moment I got teeth. Makes sense. Crisp after a deep tissue massage. This is how he would look. Crunchy on the edges, soft and chewy in the middle. Those slightly burnt curled bits are the best. I love corn, on the cob or on a stick. Sweet burst with a light smoky spice. And that little charred crunch on top. Mwah. This is chaos in the best way. We used to go there every weekend when I was little. The restaurant was called The Old Couple. It was hidden in a tiny alley in our neighborhood. My parents would take me to water park first, and then afterwards, we all cycled straight to BBQ. The boss already knew our order. He would always leave aside a few non-spicy ones for me. It wasn't just dinner, it was an entire summer night event. The sound of beer bottles opening, laughter from tables nearby, people yelling orders across the smoke, the smell of cumin and charcoal in the air. My hair still slightly wet from the swimming pool, carrying that faint chlorine smell. That feeling of sitting in a warm, breezy summer night after swimming all day. To the little me, the world felt so small back then. The biggest water park, my favorite food right next to home. That was enough to make it the best day ever. And maybe that's why Northeastern BBQ became what it is today. Not refined, not delicate. Just generous, smoky, chaotic, and comforting. BBQ was group therapy. A way to complain about life, drink too much, laugh too loud, and forget about your problems together. A way to stay outside just a little longer before going home. Just like those warm summer nights after water park. Just to stretch that perfect day a little bit longer. And of course, for a kid, the night always ended with something sweet. Soft white bread, brushed with egg wash and condensed milk. This tastes like happiness. I once read the line somewhere. We only get one true summer in life. Every summer after that lives in its shadow. I left my hometown when I was 15, and everything changed after that. More skyscrapers, more subway lines, bigger malls, fancier spa center. Our neighborhood BBQ place, The Old Couple, was long gone, and the water park became an office building. I don't even remember when that last perfect summer happened. But I guess every good story ends eventually, just like this video.